This past weekend, the takeover started at 140-pound weight division. The super lightweight weight division, Teofimo Lopez defeated Josh Taylor. But before we get into this, welcome back to All Takes No Whiffs. I'm Alex, and that's Christian. And to be honest, I was really impressed with everything I saw with Teofimo Lopez. He looked like he had his confidence back and everything. So I was just really, really glad to see him back out there and be dominant.
I would say that was the perfect night of watching Teofimo as long as his dad wasn't there, but he was. So it wasn't perfect, but it was, yeah, like you said, really impressive showing. And honestly, I'm going to be the first to say it. I'm going to eat my words about how critical I've been of Tio because this man's boxing was beautiful this past
Mm,
Saturday. The way he dismantled Josh Taylor, in my opinion, Josh Taylor's tools basically became useless. I know it seemed like Tio was bruised up a little, and yeah, he might have gotten touched a few times, but honestly, Josh Taylor was not very effective in his game plan by any means against Tio. He had no answer. Tio was at times his defense was looking beautiful, and just his counter punching. I really liked what I saw from his counter punching as well.
Oh yeah, and right at the very beginning of the fight, I think it was like minute 20 left, a minute 25 left in the first round. Teofimo Lopez had this little smile and little smirk that I noticed that he went after a shot Josh Taylor took, and I was like, this is going to be a whole different fight than what we've seen the past two for Lopez. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready for it and everything. But another thing that I really saw that Lopez looked confident, he had this like I think it was like a flying left hand or something at one point, and you don't do that unless you're in control of the fight and know that he's not going to throw something back at that because that is putting yourself in a vulnerable position.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like a leaping jab mixed with a shovel
Mm-hmm.
hook. Like it's like he's coming up with it, but it's still straight like a jab. And yeah, that's not something you do unless you're in somebody's head. And he was in
It
Josh
clearly
Taylor's head
was.
straight up, straight up. Like, and I wasn't expecting that because I thought the first round, from what I saw in the first round, I thought, yeah, this was about to be a competitive fight. But then after that, it was just smooth sailing for Tio, to be honest. And honestly, all the credit to Teofimo. Josh Taylor looked bad. To be completely honest, he did not look good.
That's two
It
fights in a
was
row. He hasn't looked good.
Yeah, and I think the key thing was speed. Not that Josh Taylor is like notable for his speed, but Teofimo just had him levels.
He
Like
has
he
the
was levels
way
above him.
advantage. The advantage in that is just clear for Lopez.
Yeah, and honestly, as much of an advantage as it was for Lopez, I would say Taylor's speed was kind of lackluster, more so with his feet. I think that's what a big thing was. I think yeah, he was kind of heavy on his feet, and he just couldn't get anything going against Tio. And yeah, like uh, this was a worse performance than the Catterall fight for sure, in my opinion.
But you also got to give all the credit to Lopez too. He came out there and he went to his game plan and he was in his head the whole fight. I love the antics and everything he was doing. I mean, freezing in the middle of the ring, not even moving at all,
Uh,
the wiggling and everything. I mean, that's the
uh.
Lopez I want to see though in the ring. I don't want to see that Lopez who was in the ring against Sandor Martin and Cambosis. I want to see this Lopez in there who's got confidence and who's going to be in there. And I know he said this and backtracked it after the fight, but he said he wanted to quote unquote kill him. That's not like a good thing to say, but it's a good boxer's mentality, I guess, because you want to go in there and just be the better boxer and you want to be in there and win, obviously. But
Yeah.
I know he backtracked from it. Obviously, you don't want to end someone's life, but I'm just glad he kind of backtracked on that, to be honest.
Sometimes people need to psych themselves up to get to that state. That state of being when you're going into a fight like that, that's not a normal thing that you could just tap into. Well, most people can't tap into. There's just some people out there like for example, I know it's not boxing. John Jones, that dude, I think at the flip of a switch, he could enter kill mode if he wanted. But it's something that I think the average person needs to psych themselves up for. And yeah, I don't take comments like that too serious because even then, at the end of the
Even
day,
Taylor said he didn't even take it serious.
exactly. And then also he's risking his life going into that ring. Not saying
Every
it's
day they
literally
do.
kill or be killed, but it's like it's a tough situation. Yeah, there is sometimes things like that involved in the world of boxing, and yeah, I don't think it's anything wrong for Tio to think that. I have my criticisms of Teofimo, and that's not one of them by any means.
No, yeah, and then Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing where Teo goes next. So, who do you want to see Teofimo Lopez fight next?
Whoever he fights next, I want to see him without his father in his corner. I'm kidding. I had to let off the T.O. senior shot at one point. But actually, no. Teofimo Jr. is retired. Excuse me. Yeah. No, we're never going to see him again, guys. 25-year-old world champion, never going to fight again, guys. No, I'm just messing. Tio has a whole lot of options. Unfortunately, he's ruling out a few of those options already. One of them I would love to see would be Devin Haney moving up and challenging Teofimo for his title. But he's already ruled that out because he's got this personal grudge against Haney for Teofimo losing against Cambosis, I guess. Like, I don't know. Regardless, though, I just want to see Teofimo in the ring with the top guy because he just styled on the top guy like this. I want to see if he's capable of doing it to the other ones.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I think he's got a couple names that can go around. I mean, this guy who we'll be previewing this week, who he could potentially be fighting Enriquez Prograis. That would be a pretty good
Mm-hmm.
matchup, I think. I mean, well, obviously there's Tank, there's Ryan Garcia. There's a lot of names around that weight class right now, so I think Lopez has got plenty of options.
Yeah, plenty of options for sure, but he needs to. I understand he's salty, I guess, for whatever has happened in the boxing politics that he feels like. Don't get in the way of your own momentum. That's all I want to say because I feel like that's almost happened once, but you're back on track now. Do your thing and keep building because 25-year-old super talented fighter who's honestly marketable when all things are well. So just I just hope he stays locked in and does what he has to do to get his name back, to get back completely on the path that he was on. But before we head out of here, go ahead and like and subscribe if you would like to. We appreciate all the support, and you already know we're going to come through for what's next with Teofimo whenever that's announced. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what is in the works if he's actually retired. Obviously not. But yeah, I just can't wait to see what's next for him. But until then, peace.
Peace.